Is AI creative or the human?
I think the answer to that, yes, you're the mastermind behind that AI. Don't underestimate yourself at any point. Yeah.
Definitely, the creative mind of human with the power of AI is something which brings the best out.
Absolutely.
And to introduce myself, for those who do not know me, so I'm the host, Sandeep Kumar, the founder of LXD Guild. Welcome to another episode of LXD Guild's podcast, your favorite podcast for learning and development, where we bring leaders across the globe who are experienced in the L&D industry. So today we have a very interesting topic where we are going to talk and discuss about bridging content for impactful learning. And we have here our special guest, Neha, the founder of Instructions. Welcome, Neha.
Thank you so much, Sandeep, for having me on the podcast.
Yes, very welcome, and really glad to have you. To give a quick introduction of N Productions, so since 2013, N Productions has developed over 1,800 hours of bespoke content spanning across regions and languages with strong presence in UAE, Singapore, and India. So that's really a lot of experience, and yeah, definitely this episode is going to bring value for the topics which you have discussed or heard. So thank you, Neha, for accepting and giving us time for this podcast.
Pleasure.
Let's start with the fundamental challenge. Digital content is everywhere, but how do we create genuine learner engagement?
Sandeep, that's a very interesting question, and I'm glad you picked it up. So, over these years of experience that I've been creating content or working with clients, I think the most important thing that should be done even before we get into creating content, and when I mean content, I'm talking about learning content. It's the importance is creating a learner's persona. And why do I say that? Is because a learner's persona helps the content creator or the agency that is creating the bespoke content to actually customize the content that will become effective and more engaging for the learner itself. And honestly, I can cite a few examples from my own experiences. So this was, a couple of years ago, there was a manufacturing automobile industry who came up to us and said that they wanted to create some content, training content again for people on the shop floor. And we had an opportunity of meeting them, and we realized that the common language between the front line, or rather the blue collar jobs who were there on the shop floor, was Haryanvi.
Okay.
Right. So that gave an idea to us as a team that why don't we not create the micro learning in Haryanvi as a language and not English, Hindi, or any other language. While I say that, to even customize it further, we created a mascot, which was a Tao, like a Haryanvi Tao, who was actually communicating that content or had become, let's say, an avatar in today's Indian language, the word that we use. To communicate the content that we really wanted the front line to understand. So I think that really helped them.
Yes.
And then another example is that, again, working with another company, which is a logistic company, we're working with delivery partners, and the concern, I think we spoke about it earlier also, but I'll just pick it up, is that their concern was safety. They wanted the delivery partners to deliver food in a safe manner.
Yeah.
So while that was happening, again, we met the delivery partners, and a simple question to them was that, why do you do this? So some of them said that, they're doing it for their family. Somebody has a baby, somebody just, newlywed, has old parents. So they are financial responsibilities. So instead of telling them that, drive safe, we felt it was more important for the message to get communicated from the family members to them.
Wow.
And And we did not even tell them that we were recording their family members. And we came up with a campaign called Mujhse Hai Mera Parivar.
Wow.
Right? So
Nice.
now they had to not be safe for themselves, but also for their dear and near ones.
Right.
So while I say the learner's persona is not only limited to, let's say, age or background, but also to even nuances like your social, economic, your needs.
Yes.
What do you really need? Why do you come to work every day?
Yes.
Right? So things like that are the important nuances which really help in customizing the content to the team.
Yes.
So to answer your question, if you need effective content, know the person at the end of the journey.
Yes.
It's not a decision that can be taken in a boardroom, for sure.
Right. Yeah, so that's really wonderful examples, like bringing in the persona which connects, rather than as an instructional designer, you assume that this works. It's more about you thinking the reverse engineering, as they call, so who the end learner is, and as per that, what impacts them. Yeah, so that is what, in short, maybe understanding learning personas and then creating content which really impacts. Yes. So thank you, Neha, for that. So this definitely is helpful for our listeners who come from different industries, like we have healthcare, education, manufacturing, insurance, fintech. So the concept of persona is not again different to different industries as a concept, but of course maybe it differs who the persona is. As per that, you can create the learning so that it is impactful. So thank you, Neha, for that. So we are at a turning point where we have AI driven tools which are automating and hyper personalizing content faster than ever before. So how is AI reshaping the execution in learning content across different organizations?
Yeah, so Sandeep, again, of course, AI is the new buzzword, right? So it's very difficult not to have a podcast and not talk about AI on this podcast. But so again, AI, while yes, it's a boon, I will not say that yes, it's not.
True.
It does not help in your execution. It definitely reduces your TAT.
Yes.
And actually, let's just pick it up with another example, because you and I work together. So let's pick up an example of a project that we just very recently delivered for a manufacturing facility. So not only did we have an AI generated avatar, we obviously had the voiceover.
Yes.
Yeah, we use AI again, but we also went and created scenario based learning through AI. Now, let's just go back in time. Let's say we go back 7 years or 5 years in time. The cost that we propose to the client, would we be able to deliver the same thing? No, right? Yeah, we would have not been able to do it. The TAT would have been much higher.
Including the time. Yes,
yes,
the time
it would have been higher.
Heavy.
But while we say this, I think AI is a tool. And any tool that you're using on AI, it's just a tool.
Yes.
Right? It's not the medium of delivery if you do not have basic knowledge of design.
True.
Right? If you do not understand what instructional design is,
yes,
if you do not understand what design is per se, I don't think any AI can generate a desired outcome.
True.
So your prompt engineering can really not deliver what you want unless within your foundations are correct.
Right. Yes, I agree to that. So unless you know how to prompt engineering doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And unless you know what is instructional design, you can't go ahead and design it. And in fact, that is something which is happening in the market because of certain availability or certain skill set. We are being introduced to many profiles which are of instructional design. But what we recommend is, please use the platform Learning Experience Design Guild to get that skill in the right way. Yes. So
Sandeep, I'll just add to that,
please,
just to make it more easier for the viewers and the listeners, that having a notepad, a pen, and a notepad doesn't make you a garlic.
Yeah.
Using Microsoft Word doesn't teach you how to write a script or an instructional design document. So you have to have the basic knowledge, either or. for AI to give you the desired results, irrespective of whichever tool are you using.
Right. I think that's been coming through in many industries also, especially in coding. What I see is windsurf is really making a very huge shift in the way people code. So where it's literally like you don't have to code, it generates.
Yeah.
But to validate, you should know if
What
that's the
coding?
right coder, right?
Yeah.
So that is how. So definitely, if you have the skill set, as you referred, so just that you have a pen and paper, you can't become a great poet, right, or a great writer. So that's well taken. Thank you. There's a growing concern about AI taking over jobs, especially in design and instructional roles. Will AI replace jobs or simply redefine how teams work in learning organizations? So, what would be your view on that?
It'll be very interesting. I face this challenge with my internal teams, obviously, every second, third day. So, people or teams that I've been working with for a very long time are facing difficulty in adapting the new AI tools.
Yes.
Right. While I say that, again, coming back to the skill sets are very strong.
Yes.
And the new so-called the Gen Z that we are hiring, right? They're great in their AI tools,
True.
but minus the skill set, right? So to answer this, that will AI take your job? My answer is no. But will AI? Will you be replaced by someone who knows how to use an AI tool? Yes. That's going to happen. Will that survive the design outcomes? No, if it is again not supported by skill set.
True.
Right. So to answer your question, it has to be a marriage between your skill set and the knowledge of the AI tool.
Yes.
So let's pick up any tool for that matter. I mean, the most commonly used tool in today's time is 11 Labs, which is a voice
generator.
For voiceovers. Now, to have that sense of knowledge that which voiceover you should go for, or how you should even prompt that voiceover in the right way with the right pauses, would only come if you have had the experience of working with real-time voiceover artists in a studio, right? Similarly, if you're looking at like the scenario-based training that we had done, right? Now, it's important that if you're doing that scenario-based training, you should also have some basic knowledge of direction, right? You should be able to prompt where I need a long shot, where I need a mid shot, where's my edit look more in a flow, and inserts, etc. So that will only come if you understand the basics of production.
Yes.
Right. So I think that's where it is, and you'll be able to prompt the tool correctly. Like, honestly, you cannot expect any of these tools to give you the desired outcome if your prompt engineering is not correct.
Yeah. Yes, definitely it is automation or now, artificial intelligence enhanced. Definitely without the right input, we wouldn't get the right output, right?
Yeah.
Agreed. Thank you, Neha, for that. Now, let's debunk the myths. So, is AI creative or the human?
I think a good answer to that would be like, we've got so many tools that create these wonderful scenario-based trainings, right? But one of the tools which is taking the lead is actually the Google View platform.
Yes.
Yeah. And the question is, why is it doing that? Why is that the other tools are not able to compete with it? And it's a very simple answer. It gets its data from YouTube. And guess what? Who created that YouTube? We human beings, right? Yes. So, the answer to that, yes, you're the mastermind behind that AI, right? Which has become so smart because of you.
Yes.
Right? So don't underestimate yourself at any point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful answer that, AI exists when a human uses that to create. So definitely the creative mind of human with the power of AI is something which brings the best out.
Absolutely, yeah.
So with AI trying to cut down on the timelines and bringing the efficiency, we are already experiencing, the client expectations are also changing. Yes. So how would you address that in a real time scenario where client comes and says, this can be done by AI?
Mm.
So then why do I need you?
Yeah, I think we're facing a lot of that these days. But I think I have two line of thoughts here, and I'm going to pick up one, each one of them one. So first, let's just address your AI question. So yes, AI is, as I said, is there to ease your work. And if you do get a cost benefit as a company, I think you need to offer it to your clients as well. So I don't want to take that away from them. But while I say that, and we just referring to what we just spoke earlier,
Yes.
you even creating an avatar, or even probably trying to create some sort of an audio from 11 Labs or any of the platforms for that matter, there is a human intervention involved, right? So there is man hours that is getting invested. So that has to be factored somewhere in the cost. And I think clients are also actually seeing that.
Yes.
Right? It's not like, they try something on their own and they come back and they see that the effectiveness is not so good, provided they're using the same platform. Again, because the skill set is not there and the skill set comes to you from your team. So you see that difference in the quality of the outcome of even from AI for that matter. But while I say this, that, AI is just a medium of execution, right? Don't let AI decide how your content needs to be executed.
Yes.
I think the important part is that let content be the decision maker of its execution style, which I usually say to all my clients. So whether it is AI, whether it is micro learning, or whether it is VILT, or whether it's any of the levels that we do, L1, L2, L3, right? Or AR, VR, whatever that medium is, right? That is something which the content should be able to take that decision.
Yes.
Right. So I think that's the important part. The important part is that your content should get executed in the right manner, matching to the right learner persona, so that the outcome is more effective and engaging.
Great. Agreed. So it is not how the organizations or the decision makers understand AI is something which can replace. And that is where we are also seeing certain organizations going and trying to build in-house teams to get the job done. But again, after implementing, they understand that that's not so easy as they thought. Or maybe as we were discussing, right, having a quick chat. So it's just like a check mark. Okay, so hey, why don't we build a studio? Okay, but they do not know their repercussions if that doesn't happen, right? And there's a huge budget involved in that. So I think that is where. So when somebody asks, okay, so to my own question, so why do I need you when we have AI? So that is either at the initial stage they understand, maybe by watching such podcasts or getting information to make informed decisions, or they just blindly go and say that, okay, AI can do that, and they go try it, where again there's a timeline, there's an effort, there is investment. So then again they have to fall back, because definitely in organizations there are multiple verticals where they can invest that same amount of time and money into something which is more valuable for them, rather than trying to squeeze in, trying to say that, okay, I'll try, let the AI do that work. And as you said, just a pen and paper doesn't make the person expert. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so actually, Sandeep, that's interesting now that you picked up the in-house team question, right? So a lot of times when clients come back and say that, we've hired an X number of people in the team and now we will not be outsourcing work. Well, of course, I think it also differs from organizations to organization depending on the mammoth of content that they need to create, right? So let's say you have considerable amount of content to be created each month. Yes, obviously, it's more like it does make sense. But does that require an AR VR studio to start off with? Yeah, maybe not. So I think, while you are even trying to set up an in-house team, you have to understand the volume of content that is getting created and how much is going to be impactful again on the shop floor or for your,
the ROI.
Yeah, the ROI, exactly. The ROI. That's which I generally call, which we say return on investment, but I call it return on learning. So,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
great.
so that's what I call it usually.
Yes.
So I think that's the important part here.
Mm.
And like we all know that training and development is a very slow process.
Yes.
It is not something that, you've started off, let's say, in the early year, and you will see a considerable change, let's say, in a healthcare frontline service excellence is going to have that dramatic change in the next 3 months. No, it won't happen. It has to be ongoing, persistently ongoing, so that people feel the need of it and the impact of it is seen eventually on the shop floor.
Thank you. That's really a good value add there. Now, coming to the point that presence in different geographies across the globe. So how do you see that AI perception is differing from region to region?
So I think AI, because it's transitioning, a lot of tools are obviously being, they're coming from the US here to India. And obviously it takes a while before it hits India as a market. Like for example, VO came to us much later.
Yes.
But when I say that, let's talk about the two geographies that you and I work very closely with, which is India and UAE. I think India is great in terms of minds when it comes to creating AI tools, but I can't, say this in any better way. UAE is also way advanced. So, but again, I had a very interesting experience when I was in UAE just a few months back. So there was a client who said that, and it was a government healthcare organization, where their concern was that, we use so much of AI, we've done so much of AR, VR. Can we just simplify this and make it simple and easy and have human intervention so that people can watch the content just on their phones, right? While I say this, and of course you've also witnessed this, that, Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, they are very interested in the AR, VR.
They are.
Yeah, and they love that. So I think, who's really riding which wave, you really don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know, right? It's more like a buzzword. Whatever somebody's caught on.
They would like to get a taste of it, maybe.
Yeah.
But how much it goes to implementation is a different question.
Yeah, that's a very different question. So creating content is one thing, but how much is getting implemented or how much is getting effective that's the most important thing. Come on, you're not watching this on Netflix, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, it is not entertainment.
Exactly.
So it's investment, and there's organization invest for on that for a purpose.
Yeah.
And so definitely. So thank you. AI, different regions, different takes. Thank you.
Thank you, Neha, for the wonderful insights on the topic. This usually I do on our podcast. So we ask our guests, what is a key thing which you want to share it to our viewers or our listeners?
So while we spoke about return on learning, there's something which I often say this to a lot of my clients, that, learning and development is like a treasure that will make the owner follow it wherever they go.
Right.
So don't think that you're investing into your talent or investing into your people only because it's going to be limited to your organization. They want to carry that learning with them everywhere.
Yes.
Right. And that's the beauty of learning.
Right.
So while I say that, it's really important again to know your learner persona.
Yes.
Right. And it's very important that your content is executed in the right manner, so that your end user, in this case, what I'm referring to as the owner, carries that learning.
True.
Carries that experience wherever they go, and they remember you for that.
That's right. So thank you, Neha, for today. And that's Neha talking about bridging the content for a better learning experience or an impactful learning experience. So listeners, you know that you need to subscribe to hear more of such conversations from LXD Guild. So until next episode, as we always say at LXD Guild, learning never stops. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neha.
Thank you so much for having me over. Thank you.
Thank you.